Hello and happy weekend. This is Joseph from KILT BEARD CO, and I just wanted to say we made it to the weekend. So, like we always do, try a new drink, relax, talk about watches, beards, and other stuff. And I hope that your week went really well and that you're going to have an even better weekend. So let's get into it. So this is 𝐒𝐒𝐁𝐒𝐂𝐑𝐈𝐏𝐍𝐿. It's an Irish whiskey right here. Put it a little bit closer. Big camera. And this is a treat. And this is probably one of the better finds that I have found in 2023. It is so smooth, so pure deliciousness. I don't even know how to explain it. So this whiskey is at age 10 years old, and it is, I'll put it right back here, an Irish whiskey, but it's a blend. And so it's a multi-award winning brand, a release dedicated to the decadent blend of a single malt and grain whiskey, each aged no less than 10 years in XO cognac casks, non-chill filtered to retain its delicate character and flavors of apricot, sweet honey, and rich vanilla. And this is really for premium whiskey lovers, honestly. The cognac really does something special to this whiskey. I can't explain it. I put this up there as being potentially better than a Johnny Walker Blue. You can get it for like between $70 and $100. This particular one right here. Even Wine Enthusiast has rated it a 93, which is 1 point below a superb Irish whiskey. But before we get into that, cheers. That is one delicious Irish whiskey. The cognac really just coats your tongue. And even on the glass, it just hangs around on the sides of the glass. It's like the flavor doesn't escape as soon as you swallow it. It just stays there on your tongue so you can continue to take in the different flavors, like I said, of apricot, sweet honey, and rich vanilla. All these distinctly come out. I even taste a little bit of, I don't know if you call it wood or tobacco-ish kind of light flavor, but this is a really delicious one. And I would be pretty confident most people have never heard of this one. So a little bit more about them. And it's actually hard to find a lot of information regarding their site, but they like to blend and bond whiskeys. They've been doing it for over 170 years. And on their website it reads that the art of bonding involves marrying all elements of the whiskey making process to create unique, compelling whiskeys that push the boundaries of excellence. Today, 𝐒𝐒𝐿 legacy and time-honored traditions are carried forward by Jonathan Rupert and Maurice 𝐒𝐒𝐿. They are a family with a whiskey in its blood. We believe in making choices that push things forward and following our convictions to create whiskeys with a taste profile that sets them apart. As whiskey bonders, we embrace a mastery over all the variables, distillate, casks, maceration, and the marrying. Our roles as bonders is to craft exceptional, unparalleled whiskey that redefines the limits of excellence. And like I said, with the cognac in this one, it is just it kind of bends your brain a little bit if you've had many different types of Irish whiskeys before. And they really go above and beyond to hit their mark of doing a different type of product that probably most people have never have tasted this type of bond before. And once again, I would highly recommend if you see this. There are a few other products that they have. Their website is really buried down in Google. You really even can't even find it. But if you can learn more about them, I really like them. The next time I go to Vegas, because I'm definitely not going to see this here in Utah, I'm going to see what other ones they may have down at the Total Wine, Lee's Liquor, or whatever down there, and bring back a few new gems. But I thought I would like to share this one with you guys because, like I said, no one has probably tried this before. And if you have, I'd love to hear your thoughts on this particular one. The first time I tasted this, I just thought I hit the lottery as far as price to bottle and the experience that this whiskey gives you when you drink it. And my friend Victor, he also thought the same thing. We kind of both looked at each other like, oh yeah, this is good. Like, this is really effing good. So, yeah. Cheers to the weekend. What are you drinking? I'd love to hear it. What's your mixer? What's your clean? What's your ice? What's your, how do you relax during the weekend? Please leave it in the comments. Love to hear it. Maybe you might have a new take or a recommendation for next week. Love to hear it. Once again, cheers to conviction. Damn good. So I take the small video with my GoPro 11. Is it a GoPro 11? Yeah, my GoPro 11 Black to try to give two different angles. Do you like that extra box to see the pour, the sip, etc. like that? I'd like to hear if that's too much or it's just right, or does it get you more interactive with the beginning of the show? Please leave it in the comments. I'd love to hear it. But hey, what's on the wrist? So today, I have a favorite. You may have never heard of them. It's called Xeric. And they produce kind of like retro, futuristic-isk wristwatches. And today I'm wearing the Voyager. It looks like this. Whoops. As you can see, it says NASA on it. And it comes on a nice rubber strap. Also, I'll explain more about the back here, but I don't think the camera's going to get a good focus on it. But we'll jump in that in a moment. I also like how there's a quick release right here for the strap, so you can pop these straps in and out really quickly. I do think all brands should have something similar to that. It's very nice. It cuts down on the potential damage you could do to either the watch or the strap, or both. Also, time and less tools. So I think that it's really cool to have those quick releases on the straps. And honestly, this is a pretty heavy watch. This is a very heavy, but it's very centric too. It lays center on your wrist. It's pretty thick, but it's 1,000 meters water resistance. At that point, you're calling it waterproof. And it has meteorite in the middle. So it has meteorite in the middle. Focus. Anyways, in the picture here, you can see there's meteorite, so no one's the same. And this is an automatic watch. And it has a unidirectional dial. I do like that it does have the lume on both the dial and the bezel. So you kind of get a full lume, but it's not an overwhelming lume. It's just perfect. Honestly, for this watch, it's perfect. And why did I pick this watch? Well, about, what has it been, 2 years now? 2 years, I think. Went down to Florida for the first time in my life and went down to the Kennedy Space Center. And they had a bunch of stuff. And it was like, I felt like a kid in a candy store when it came to all this NASA stuff, etc. And this is not the watch particularly that I got then, but I saw this watch that said NASA on it. I like watches. I like NASA since I was a kid because, you know, I grew up in the 80s and 90s. And I was like, I could get a watch with this says NASA on it. It had the planets and the stars that rotate with the dials and the hands and everything else in between. It's just really cool, and I'll show that one day. But it really got me, got my foot in the door, if you will, with Xeric. They're a micro brand, and they work with other collaborations such as NASA. They, like, for example, this one, they use the 𝐒𝐂𝐂𝐑𝐈𝐏𝐍𝐿, 𝐒𝐂𝐂 NH38 automatic movement, which is really a workhorse. It's somewhere in the middle if you want to rate it as, you know, a top notch to a bottom of the barrel. It's right in the middle. It's a good workhorse movement, and it does exactly what it needs to do. I believe the 35 NH or NH35 it will accommodate the date if you're into a date window, and you can see these along the 𝐒𝐂𝐂 line too. So reputable movement from a reputable line like 𝐒𝐂𝐂 in this watch. Workhorse, 1,000 meter depth rating, and it's the whole idea was it can withstand 100 times the pressure of Earth's atmosphere. So they really wanted to make almost a bulletproof watch. And I mean, like, if they had a budget, like, or they had the connections like Omega, this would be cool just to have in space or something like that. So as you wear it, the rotor winds the mainspring, creating stored mechanical energy that powers the watch. The movement is housed in a robust stainless steel case, complete with a tactical 120-click rotating bezel fit for divers. I like the clicks. It's very smooth. There's no, I'm not fighting with it or anything like that. The dial features NASA's iconic worm logo and uniquely layered surface. A thick coating of superluminova is applied to the hands and dial, extending legibility in the dark. The watch dial is protected by an ultra scratch resistant sapphire crystal. The case back features an inlaid replica of the Golden Record. That's what it was, the Golden Record. Cover which is found on the outside of the Voyager spacecraft, intended to communicate a story of our world to any intelligent life it could encounter in its journey. So a little bit about that record. In the upper left-hand corner is easily recognized a drawing of the phonograph record and a stylus carried with it. The stylus is the correct position to play the record from the beginning. Written around its binary arithmetic is the correct time of one rotation of the record, 3.6 seconds. I didn't know that. It was pretty cool. Expressed in the units of 0.70 billionths of a second. The time period associated with the fundamental transition of the hydrogen atom, which is really cool. But at the same time, you may want to think, hey, we're kind of giving away our capabilities here as a human race, for better or for worse, if they don't already know it anyways. But the drawing indicates that the record should be played from the outside in. Below this drawing is a side view of the record and stylus with a binary number giving the time to play one side of the record, about an hour. The information in the upper right-hand portion of the cover is designed to show how pictures are to be constructed from the recorded signals. The top drawing shows the typical signal that occurs at the start of the picture. The top drawing shows the typical signal that occurs at the start of a picture. Pause. So the information in the upper right-hand corner. Pause. The information in the upper right-hand portion of the cover is designed to show how pictures are to be constructed from recorded signals. The top drawing shows the typical signal that occurs at the start of a picture. The picture is made from the signal, which traces the picture as a series of vertical lines, similar to ordinary television, in which the picture is a series of horizontal lines. So picture lines 1, 2, and 3 are noted in binary numbers, and the duration of one of the picture lines, about 8 milliseconds, is noted. The drawing immediately below shows how these lines are to be drawn vertically with staged interlace to give the correct picture rendition. Immediately below this is a drawing of the entire picture, a raster, showing that there is 512 vertical lines in a complete picture. Immediately below this is a replica of the first picture on the record to permit the recipients to verify that they are decoding the signals correctly. A circle was used in this picture to ensure that the recipients use the correct ratio of horizontal and vertical height in picture construction. So this is a pretty cool watch that really takes a piece of history, and honestly, this is continuing on right now as Voyager continues on through its voyage, right? The specs on this watch, as I said, it has 24 joules. So the specs on this watch, as I said, it was the Seiko NH38 automatic, 24 joules, 21,600 beats, shock resistant, 41-hour power reserve, bidirectional winding, and hand windable. Always, I take it when I do like Rolexes and everything like that, I usually will wind something up between 35 and 42 turns, or half turns, I guess, just to make sure you get a good wind. A good wind is going to help make your automatic stay within its plus and minus of seconds per day. So it's really smart to get a full wind on that. This is a 44 millimeter wide hand, finished 316L stainless steel tactical, 120 click rotating bezel, as I mentioned, with intrusive minute markers. It's also got a helium escape valve right here, which is really cool. You'll find that on, I don't know, Omegas. You find it on, I think there's one Seiko that I can think of. I don't know the reference number. Seiko, and for sure the Rolex and other high-end watches. It's got full lume indicators. The hands are full lume. The back of the dial and the bezel all have lume on it. So it's really a cool visual, especially at nighttime, as you can see in the picture. The strap is 22 millimeter custom two-tone rib silicone strap. It also has about 5 other flavors you could pick from also. So this will fit up to 8.75 inch wrists. Mine, as you know, is 8 1/4. So I'm just meeting that one. And these are individually numbered 1 through 1,977. And I forgot what number I was when I got this. See if it says it on here real quick. So I'm number 31 out of 1,977. So so they do Kickstart starts on these watches quite often, and I got in the queue pretty early. Like I said, I think this company is pretty cool. They take the NASA horology, a bunch of retro ideas, very creative watches in general throughout their lineup. We have probably about 4 to 6 of these different types of watches between my wife and I. And highly recommend it. She's actually got the yellow one of these, and that thing is super summer. I mean, it screams summer. Or if you're jogging and you want to be seen or something like that at nighttime, that thing is yellow. People are definitely going to see your wrists and that bright shock of the yellow. So, question: have you ever heard of Xeric before? If not, I highly recommend checking them out. They have some really cool retro, automatic, manual, and just really funky ideas. Funky in a good way. I like a company that pushes boundaries. It seems like micro brands push those boundaries a little bit more many of the times because they're trying to leave their mark. And as you can see, most watches, especially like the Submariner and other like divers, for example, they, for the most part, look quite the same or similar to a Submariner, with their own little polish here, thickness there, add a millimeter, subtract a millimeter there. There's not much of a difference. I like what these guys did. They took a theme and they encased it into a rock solid watch, and it's very sporty. The rubber strap is awesome. It's not going anywhere. It's well balanced. It settles right in the middle of your wrist. The taper it tapers well too. So it tapers really well. And I mean, this can easily fit any wrist. So I like that they have a watch that can kind of go a broad spectrum. And being for a 44 millimeter, most people can't wear a 44 millimeter. But I think this is an exception, that because of the taper and how it sits up on the wrist and how it's centered, that it's one of those watches that is an exception. So what do you think of the watch? Would you get one? Oh, the price tag on this particular one was $699. I forgot what the Kickstart price was. I did pay a little bit extra for the Meteorite, because if you have a chance to get a Meteorite or a bracelet in any watch and you can afford it, I would highly always recommend that. It makes it a little bit more unique, a little bit more rare, and it continues on the story of it being a little bit different than everything else. So, Xeric, a Voyager, a diver's watch. I would say just go check them out at Xeric.com. And by the way, they are not an affiliate or anything of this show. I just like to, call out things that I like and love, and spread the word for people who are doing some cool things out there. So Funko Pops. I think you guys know by now. See it behind me. My collection's growing. I think you see them down there. I got a few more down there. And as Dakota was saying on Sunday, yeah, I'm starting to get more of a Funko Pop problem, addiction. I don't know what you want to call it. So I'm working on a collection, and the collection kind of goes two ways. First, it's going to be around horror. I like horror movies. I think horror movies are awesome. I've been watching them since I've been a little kid. I'll give you a quick story here in a moment. What probably really got me into horror and horror movies. But, I've collected a couple of pops here and there in the past 4 or 5 years. Never really got into it, but it seems like it's something that's making more and more waves. And I think that, it's a good time to get into it. It's not like, 2016 and prior where they were much more rare, but it's a growing niche in the marketplace. The company makes over $1.1 billion in revenue. So this is continuing to grow year over year, and I think they do it right in many aspects. So horror. So I'm doing horror, and then there's a few other, like the Vikings, like cool, like men with beard, that, the Gladiator, things like that. And then I'm a John Wick lover. So I got the John Wick, a Chase, and a couple of John Wick movie ones, because I just like John Wick. Got Vikings, got Wallace from Braveheart, and a few others. So jumping into horror, like I said, I would like to show my new one that I thought was pretty cool. So in case you don't know, certain Funko Pops are more rare than others, and there's less pieces out there basically, and they're either less pieces and or they have stickers or a different take on the more common version, if you would like to go down that road. So let's say if you would have common, uncommons, rares, epics, and grails, I think is what they kind of categorize some of these Funko Pops, and feel free to correct me if I'm wrong. And so this is somewhere into that common to rare, is a Chase in my opinion. And I got the Pennywise Glow. So he's dancing on fire. And yeah, so this is a glow chase. Thought it was really cool. The eyes light up, and the fire underneath him that he's dancing on glows also. That'd be really cool. Huge fan of it, and I've been a fan of it since the first iteration from Stephen King back. What was it? In the 90s, right? I think it's like 97 or so. No, that was before that. 1990. I think it was in 1990. So really cool one. Have it on the shelf here, and I gotta catch it at nighttime when it's glowing in the dark and see what it looks like. Just with all the other ones that I got going on here. But this particular version is from the current series of It from 2017 and 2019 by Bill, probably I'll say his name wrong, 𝐒𝐂𝐑𝐈𝐏𝐍. And here's the picture. You almost don't need any makeup. I mean, this guy's just got the natural face. There's no FX really going on here. More the makeup really creates that, I don't know, that feverish, that scary look. And a little bit about why I'm choosing horror and why I like horror movies. So when I was a kid, trick-or-treating one time, I went into my aunt's neighborhood, and she had just moved, I believe, 1 or 2 years prior. And for whatever reason, we went to her neighborhood to trick-or-treat that year. And I knocked on this one door with just one thing on the porch. It was a pumpkin. And not just any pumpkin. It was a well-carved Halloween pumpkin from like the movie Halloween. I didn't know this at the time. I was actually too young to probably even know what Halloween was. We didn't have the internet back then, so it's not something that was relatively available to see all these different not so rated for kids movies. And I knocked on this door, and this man opened up this door. And this is just when Halloween was kind of just taken off, and the slasher movies were just taken off. And he was in a full Halloween Michael Myers suit. And he didn't say nothing, opened the door. And when I looked at that guy, I ran. I screamed and ran. I was scared shitless. And from that time on, something triggered something about me liking Halloween. And because there's so many Funko Pops, there's so many genres, I'm going to go for the horror genre, with the few exceptions I mentioned earlier. And where was my train of thought going? Oh, so now I'm huge into Halloween. If you know me, if you've been to my house, or I'll come across from October 1st to October 31st, I have a whole scene outside. I decorate the whole outside. Usually it's a new theme every year. Kind of depends on how much time I'm able to allot to it, how much effort I'm supposed to put into it. It usually takes me about 2 weeks to hand make certain things, purchase other things. And yeah, last year was about pumpkins. So we had a lot of pumpkins all over the place. We had the Pumpkin King. We had a whole bunch of Jack Skeleton out there. Just a real fun thing for me at the end of the year in the fall time there to kind of just jump into my creativity, listen to some podcasts. And I actually will listen to many scary stories, hauntings, and just really get into the whole entire Halloween spirit, if you will. So I love Halloween. I like horror movies. And do you collect pops? Horror movies, for or against them? I'd love to hear what your thoughts are. And I'll be sharing some more here in the future. But it's just one of those things I like to collect now. And I'm keeping my eyes out for the right price, right item. And yeah, I hope this was pretty cool. Let me know if you like pops or you'd like to hear more about my collection that's going to continue to grow. And hopefully that Dakota and something can keep me in check, because sometimes I look at my phone to see if I can win the low bid on a certain character on eBay, but that's a different story. So moving on. So here's our, I guess you call it our beard segment. So I'm working on blogs for the site, and the first blog that I'm working on and I've written, which should be coming up soon, I'm just doing some spell check and grammatical checks on the whole entire thing, make sure it's done the right way. But it's understanding the importance of premium, organic, and natural beard products. So the first thing that most people, almost everything we buy nowadays, and rightfully so, price and value. We always are balancing price and value, price and value. By considering price, we often, how can I say, so price considerations often come into play when contemplating like organic, natural, or just something that says the name of the product that you're trying to get. For example, if you're in such a store and it just says beard oil, you really don't care. It says beard oil on it. It's made for my beard. It's on my beard, and the smell is good, and I'm good to go. That's completely all right. There are customers and people out there who are like that. You know what? That was me probably about 13 years ago. 10 years ago. 10 years ago. And that's really where my mindset was when I started KILT Beard Co. We want to create value, equality through value, or value through quality, excuse me, value through quality. And while some products may carry a slightly higher price tag, this reflects the superior quality and long-term benefits they offer. And part of this YouTube channel, in certain segments and weeks, I like to share the different types of ingredients so that you can be aware of what ingredients do make up for a superior quality product, so that you can look for those. Hopefully, at the same time, you give KILT Beard Co. a shot because of our ingredients that we put in ours, but nonetheless, it's also for you to be more aware of the products that you already have or that you may purchase in the future, so that you can have the best products for your beard. And we're talking about the health of your beard, not just throwing something in your beard because it makes it shiny and it smells good. We're trying to make your beard healthy, strong, vibrant, moisturized, and we just want it to be healthy for a long time. So investing in organic products ensures not only a well-groomed beard, but also a commitment to personal health and environmental sustainability, a philosophy echoed by KILT Beard Co. And so, we go at KILT Beard Co. at great lengths to not use fragrances. Not that they don't smell good, because many of them smell really good, but because of the damage that they can do to your beard and the irritation it can cause to your skin. So fragrance versus aromatherapy. So transitioning into the olfactory experience, KILT Beard Co.'s organic beard products present a marked difference in fragrance. Unlike synthetic fragrances that can be overwhelming, organic scents derived from essential oils that offer subtle, sophisticated aromas. Now, these it has been said that they can enhance your mood, either calming you down or relaxing you, or to making you, or helping you be more aware. Another spring in your step, if you will. So this is not only enhances the grooming experience, but it also contributes to a sense of well-being through aromatherapeutic benefits. So, like we're working right now on our heritage product line, and we are hitting more of what we can do with essential oils and absolutes, all natural ingredients, to really bring out just as good or more superior scents, but it also is more superior because it's all natural and it will not crunch your beard up. It won't put all those chemicals in your beard and in your skin. You're just going to be taking better care of you, having a great smelling product, and overall better experience. So the quality and beard health. So when it comes to quality and beard health, KILT Beard Co.'s organic and natural beard products stand out. And they are crafted with plant-based ingredients known for their nourishing, moisturizing, and conditioning properties. Really, that's the name of the game. You really want to have that nourishing, moisturizing experience for your beard to create an environment for your beard to grow to its maximum potential. And this makes them ideal for individuals with sensitive skin or those seeking a holistic grooming approach by eliminating harsh chemicals, like we've already said, and synthetic additives. KILT Beard Co. Prioritizes beard health and vitality. This is where the choice really comes in, is making holistic life choices or lifestyle choices. And we're not talking about we need a mortgage or life or anything for this. I spend some money on pops. Do I need pops? No. If I'm putting a product in my beard and face, and it came down to that or a pop, I would choose the beard product, honestly. And why? Because it's a chemical that's going on my body or on my face or my skin or whatever, that I would want that to take precedence over a plastic figurine that's going to be on my shelf, which I think is pretty cool though. But it's just trying to weigh the pros and cons when you're looking at a premium, well-made a product. And this goes for any other product out there, from shoes to a jacket, like the Patagonia jacket that I purchased, which I probably will be purchasing another jacket someday in the future. I am not a huge person on buying a lot of clothes because it's not how I grew up. trying to be the flashiest person with clothes and everything. Like this hat right here. I've had it for almost a year now. I went through a whole summer out here in Utah, so hot and sweaty. It's got a few stains on it. Probably not the most attractive for a camera or something like that, but I like the hat. It does its purpose. It keeps me cool. It covers my head, protects from the sun, and there's no need for me to throw it out, get another hat right now. But it's a hat. I'm a dude. I like being outside. When you're outside and you play outside, you're bound to get dirty and sweaty, and that doesn't mean that you need to get new clothes all the time. So anyways, that's kind of a soapbox right there. But so in the end, when you get down to it, pay for the extra premium ingredients, whatever product that you're considering on choosing, you will be better off in the long run by choosing the extra $3 per product, because the benefits outweigh the costs, many times by a large margin too. But what are your thoughts? You know, what do you look for into a beer product? Do you look at those ingredients? Is it all about just the scent? Do you prefer a fragrance over an essential oil, or vice versa? When you go in and purchase a product, I know some of the answers to this too. I have a beard too, and I've been grown in this journey of having a beard at many different lengths, oh, by the way. And I was curious what your journey is, what your approach is when you buy a product, and what kind of scents you're going for, what kind of ingredients, what's the purpose for. Is it just to look good? Is it to grow well? Is it for it to be all the above? Just like to know your comments. My throat's getting dry, excuse me. But yeah, I'd like to know your comments, your thoughts, and on to the next here. So look at that handsome dude right there. Hell yeah. So that's our KILT Beard Co. Joe. Pretty good picture, I think. So like, especially in the summer, you'll always see me with a watch on, a hat on, rocking the beard out, beer in hand, or sitting down and having a nice drink with a group of friends and acquaintances. Also, I'm always in sandals. I love sandals to the point where I have to, probably about 2 weeks of the summer, have to wear socks with, I don't know, ointments or creams to help them not crack. Because I like to walk barefooted. I like to wear sandals. I just don't really like socks and boots and everything like that. So this picture really represents me, represents the type of person that is creating these products for you as the customer. And you know, there was a dilemma so there is a dilemma for every business, and it asks themselves, why would someone choose my brand over another? And, you know, being a new business and continually grow, fail, succeed in certain areas all over the place, this continues to evolve around the customer and around my experiences doing this business. So here at KILT Beard Co., it starts with quality, like I've already mentioned in the last segment. It's important to provide the best ingredients, in my opinion. If you're not providing the best ingredients or working towards providing the best ingredients, you're doing a disservice as a company or a person in general, because I believe everybody deserves the best ingredients. Value, which is the result of quality, which we just spoke about, by providing better product to competitors, by providing a better product than competitors at the same price point. So over-delivering, but not sacrificing price or anything like that. We want our product and brand to stand on its own. Scents, as I've already suggested, of only organic and all natural ingredients. We like to provide unique and familiar scents at the same time. And we're really going to be pushing that envelope when it comes to our heritage line that we're working on right now, where we're really going to push those natural scents that I think many people are going to gravitate towards. And we have our core line of our existing products, and both are going to play a key role in the day-to-day of a bearded man, in our opinion. We don't cut corners because it will violate everything I just said at this point. And finally, we wear kilts. We drink beer and whiskey, of course. We are watch advocates. Smartwatch, good for some people, but a real watch is a manual, automatic. I'd even go as far as the quartz if it gets you off a smartwatch. I'd go as far as the quartz even. We believe that a breakfast square meal is black coffee. And our obsession is to help beards make a statement. And so KBC, or KILT Beard Company, Joe, as you can see, will be showing up more in the future to exemplify the type of people in the company who are working for you and serving you. And if you are a person who likes all these different qualities, this company and community is definitely for you. And as we continue to grow and able to serve more people, we'll be able to help and serve you even better. And we always are welcome. We always welcome feedback to better our product, to better our service, etc., like that. Also, on this YouTube channel, we appreciate you spending the time, your valuable time, to watch this, between 30 to 50 minutes, to watch me talk about, a drink and watches and everything like that. It's your valuable time. We would really appreciate you. So, in that, signing off, just would like to say, have a great weekend, have a great start to your week. And heck, why not start your week off with a cup of coffee and a cup with Joe and Dakota on Sunday morning at 8 a.m. We'll be recording this coming week. We go live the first Sunday of the month, and we look forward to serving you more. And until next time, have a great weekend. Cheers.